Overlap, perfect.
Presenting the Wayne State University Marching Band under the direction of Harold Goldie.
Well, we're back at Wayne State Stadium where at halftime the score is the Butler Bulldawgs 17, the Wayne State Chargers 6. This is Wayne State's homecoming. Not a very happy one so far. Skip Mackles, tell me, what is it that you saw that the Wayne State Chargers just weren't doing in that first half?
Well, I don't know. It was very difficult because they played pretty inspired football on defense. They had some momentary lapses that created some opportunities for Butler, but overall the defense didn't play well. Some silly penalties once again caused them havoc. They gave up the touchdown to Johnson on the pass in the flat, but other than that, defense didn't play bad. Offense had that one long drive. Not a bad effort so far, really.
You wonder, is the Wayne State's offense inability to really sustain, except for that one-time drives, making it more tough for the defense? They've been on the field an awful long time.
Yeah, they have been, and we're going to see how later on in the game what goes on with that, because the first half they were on the field the majority of the first half. Is it going to take its toll in the third and fourth quarter? We'll see. The question is also, Kimball, where's Kimball? Is Kimball hurt? We'll find out more information on that. As we can see, Johnson went back to tailback when Kimball's hurt. They have plenty of athletes on this team. A very, very good Butler team.
We also have Stanley Edwards on the sideline. And Stan, what are your impressions of this first half, and what do the teams have to do in the second half?
Well, Cliff, it's pretty much a defensive struggle in the first half. It was nothing at the end of the first quarter. And then Butler got their running attack going. They started sticking Kimball in there, and he started ripping off yardage. Now, also what they did is they put the fullback back at tailback, gave Kimball some rest, and he started ripping off yardage as well. So this could be very interesting or even very painful for the Wayne State defense in the second half. You got two fresh backs who are in the groove of the game who can bleed yardage. Now, Wayne State in the series, when they scored the touchdown, they mixed it up pretty well. They ran and passed. They kept the defense off balance. So if they can continue to do that in the second half, and they say they're going to do a little bit of misdirection, because Butler's defense really pursues very well. So they're going to try some misdirection and try to get them going one way and come back the other way and see if they can have a successful series like they had on the touchdown series. Back up to you guys upstairs.
Well, Skip Mackles, in a nutshell, what is Coach Brian Van Gorder of Wayne State telling his troops at halftime?
Not a bad effort, some momentary lapses. What we have to do is pick up our pants, put our helmets back on, have some more drives with Joe Golf, controlling the ball on the ground, keep the ball away from Butler's offense, make Butler's defense work, and get away from them silly mistakes. That's what's caused Wayne State problems.
Well, it's halftime here at Wayne State Stadium. Again, the score, Butler 17, Wayne State 6. And we'll be back with more Charter football after this message. The athletic director here at Wayne State University.
That extremely blocked well, and just a good effort by Kimball, and then the 32-yard field goal by Whitmer really dodged a bullet at that point, because they did have goal to goal on the 2-yard line, but a personal foul after the whistle pushed the ball back to the 17. So only a field goal instead of a touchdown.
And the Chargers have only had one scoring drive, which was an impressive drive, but it's only yielded 6 points.
Yeah, but it wasn't one. Joe Gauch was, I believe, 4 minutes and about 38-second drive. Excellent ball control type of offense that led them to their touchdown. Joe doing most of the carrying of the football, ran around for a 22-yard or 12-yard touchdown, whatever it was, and an excellent job. And they're going to have to do more of that in the second half. They're going to have to control the football, keep it away from Butler.
Well, if you look at the statistics, you can see the Butler Bulldawgs have really dominated, not only in terms of time of possession, but basically in every statistical category in this game except for penalties.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the key factor, Cliff, as you brought up. 4 penalties for 35 yards. What we don't see on the screen is that the 4 came at critical times, and that's the problem. That's what hurt Wayne State in the first half.
Well, we'll be back and look at the highlights from the first half. Score Butler 17. Now, and it is the 56th homecoming for the Wayne State Tartars, but they're at the short end of a 17-6 score. Butler was the first team to get on the scoreboard, and Skip Mackholes is with me. Tell us about what happened.
And here's
Skip.
the call. Johnson, you see Johnson going through the backfield that time, fakes the little fake handoff, goes into the flat, makes the catch. Good call. What they try to do, and you see this a lot on Saturdays and Sundays, is get the fullback in the flat on our linebacker.
The second touchdown for Butler came again before Wayne State was able to score.
Pitch across to Kimball. Nothing fancy here, as you can see. Excellent blocking at the point of attack here. Was seeing Jason Stahl here. Good fake off, fake the camera work out there a little bit. And Kimball goes right in for a touchdown.
Now, Wayne State was able to get on the scoreboard one time. A long drive capped off by a Joe Goff touchdown.
And here's Joe right up the left side here. Good block. Nothing fancy. Joe shows a little speed, gets to the outside, uses good straight arms, and goes right into the corner and praises everybody. Thanks the Lord.
Stanley Edwards is on the sideline with head coach Brian Van Gorder of the Tartars. Stanley?
Hi, thank you, Cliff. Coach Van Gorder, you're only down by 11 points that half. You had a couple of good series in particular. What did you tell your team there in the halftime?
Well, we got to, defensively, we can't give up the big plays, Stanley, and that's, been a problem for us all year. Last week we did a great job with it, and defensively we're aware of it, but you got to prevent it. Offensively, we've got to stay consistent, can't turn the football over, and put together you've got to do a rhythm there for the first time in a while. They're moving down the field, so hopefully we look to do that the second half.
Okay, anything in particular that you're going to look forward to try to do in the second half that you weren't able to do in the first half?
Well, we got to, give them a little bit more misdirection and things, and causes some troubles in coverage. They're rolling hard to our trips look, so we're going to throw the ball back a little bit and run our little cut play back and just try to get into a rhythm again and cause some confusion on their side.
Okay, thank you very much, Coach. Back up to you upstairs, Cliff.
Tell you, the Chargers would be in a lot better shape if they had those two guys on the team for them, Stanley Edwards and Brian Van Gorder. Skip Mackholes, what do you see as the key? Maybe these guys can play for the Chargers. They can confuse the other team. Skip, what do you see as being the key for the Chargers to get back in this game if, in fact, they're out, but to make a better showing?
Well, controlling the football once again. There's no sense in getting panicky here. There's 30 minutes of football left. It's 17-6. They go on a drive again. Friday has the ability to call audibles. What's given to him, he should take. Don't force the football. Brian Van Gorder, he's calling 100% of the plays from the sideline. He seemed to have a good feel for what's going on with the game. He's not in a panic mode because he's supposed to be playing the #1 defense in the nation. Well, that's not affecting him. He did show that he can move the football 70 yards and score on his team. So if there's a bright light on it, Wayne State can score on the ground against the #1 defense, giving up only 8 points a game.
Well, we'll see what the Chargers are able to do on this first drive. We have Ron White set to kick off to the Chargers. Once again, number 5, Randono Johnson, and number 9, Tony Hawk are deep for the Chargers to receive the kickoff, and the second half is underway. A short kick. Kick is short, taken by Victor Kinney, and down right there on the spot.
Victor Kinney that time called a fair catch. You don't often see that on a kickoff, and it was ill-advised. Tony Hawk, they had some running room. I think Brian's going to have a conversation when he comes off the field.
Well, in his defense, Kinney is a linebacker, not a receiver.
Yeah.
He probably didn't feel he had the hands nor the speed to run, so he figured the safe thing to do was to down it. 1st and 10, Wayne State ball at the Tartar 25. Friday back, throws the ball on the first play of the second half, intended for Ponder, incomplete, and he had Mr. Waylon Stewart all in his face, helping to make that pass incomplete.
Stewart is an excellent DB. He's one of these guys, too, that can make up lost time when on his hitch. With the flight of the ball, he can recover very quickly. If you're going to do business, you really don't want to do business in Stewart's area.
So the Tartars 2nd down and 10.
I'm sorry, Cliff. Here's the trip right that Brian Van Gogh was talking about with the rolling right that they had problems with. Protection's much better this time.
Marker is down. The pass is thrown and intercepted by Don DeCrane of Butler, but the flag was thrown, and we'll see what that penalty was all about.
This is going to be holding.
Holding the call against the Tartars. Undoubtedly, Butler will decline and take the ball on a turnover on the first series of the second half.
Is this the worst scenario you can come out if you're Wayne State football? Let's take a look at it. We are in trips right, being Wayne State. Friday has a little trouble coming out right there. Looking for receivers. Once again, you got three receivers all in one area, tries to force the pill in there. I think, and I'm giving the benefit of that, receiver fell down because of the field once again. That's why the ball was intercepted.
So Butler takes over on the Wayne State 39, first and 10. Jason Stahl pitches the ball back to Kimball, who is back in the game now. Didn't play much in the second quarter, and he gets maybe 2 or 3 yards before he is tackled by a gang of Tartars. Pickup of 2 yards on the play and make it second down and 8.
Well, here we go back to Kimball right now, and he's the bread and butter. In fact, Johnson, who's ever playing that tailback position, seems to get to carry the mail. Ken LaRose may have had a little problem with Mr. Kimball. Some conversation coming off the field, and that's why he sat down. It doesn't appear to be hurt, Cliff.
Skip, how important is it to be the aggressor at the start of the second half?
Well, you know what they say about Mo, Big Mo, Little Mo, and right now Mo's in Butler's hands, and you really don't want Butler. They have an 11-point lead right now. What they like to do is create havoc by controlling the clock and the ball, and they're doing that well. It's very hard to come after this team constantly because they are strong, and here's Kimball. Arm tackle after arm tackle. You're not going to bring this guy down. Look at this. He's got 76, 10 yards down the field blocking from.
Kimball had Big Mo on that play there before he was finally tackled by Rob Zeno. He does gain enough for the first down. First and 10, Butler. Ball is at the Wayne State 29. Again, Kimball gets the ball. Runs straight through the middle of the line. Todd Hanoush on the tackle along with Darren King.
What'd you say? Come here. What'd you say with the hook?
Kimball has 18 rushes for 56 yards.
Well, I mentioned during the open that they're going to get the ball to him at least 25 carries a game. Now you got to throw Johnson in there now too, Cliff. What Coach wanted to do is have these backs carry the ball 40-something times a game. But look at this.
Oh, my goodness, Jay. Oh, they're going to say that he was in the grasp of Kevin Worthy, and he's going to be ruled down. Jason Stahl threw some fakes in the backfield, and Worthy was all over him.
Jason Stahl's doing a nice job faking left, faking right. He's forgetting his defenders there. His back is to the scene right now. He could have got hurt.
Well, he's complaining to the referee that
he wasn't in the grass.
He had got away. He wasn't in the grass, but
let's take a look at it.
Had he been thrown down and fumbled, you can bet his argument would have went the other way.
Hold him.
Loss of about 5 or 6 yards on the play. Third down and about 13. Stahl back to pass. Looks, lets it fly. It is tipped and still caught by Brent Berglund. The big tight end. He's tackled by Rashawn Hardy.
And Kevin Worthy that time once again got his right hand on it. Ill-advised pass really to throw. Stahl's, he's just looking for somebody, and he tips the ball, just doesn't knock it down, tips it up in the air, and they work on that drill time and time again. That's the old tip drill.
Well, after losing a lot of yardage on the ruled sack, they pick up a lot. Fourth down and about 4 yards, and they're going to go for it. Stahl back, looks, has some time, lets it go. It is incomplete, intended for John Hill, and the Wayne State Tartars will take over on downs.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is absolutely a breath of fresh air for Wayne State football.
Well, we'll be back with more Tartar football after this message.
to find out is they're going to try a lot of misdirections, a lot of crossbuck and trapping action. They're going to have to get on the board early because of this Butler's fierce running attack. They're going to eat up at the clock. They're only going to have a half just to get the job done. So we're going to see if Wayne State's going to make a charge at it right away. Back up to you, Cliff.
We'll see what Wayne State does now. Mark Friday hands the ball off to Whitfield. He goes wide left side, picks up maybe 2 or 3 yards, and a couple of Butler Bulldogs make that 5 yards. He picked up a few more yards as he rolled out right.
And here's Kaufman that we talked about in the open, folks. Here's a guy that plays sideline to sideline. You're going to say, how's he getting? Eludes one guy, jumps over another guy, and he's on the tackle.
Waylon Stewart also over there to make the tackle. Gain of 5 yards, 2nd and 5. Ball is at the Wayne State 30. Kevin Whitfield was the ball carrier on that last play. Friday, quick handoff to Joe Goff. Didn't fool anybody.
It's a little thick in here.
Good defense or bad play, Skip?
Both. Both. Let's take a look at the replay. You call it this, you know, you can only block so many people, and when this stunting is coming down, you see this stunting right through it, that it's hard to block it. Bad play, good defense.
Surrounded by white jerseys, no gain there. 3rd down and 5 Tartars. Johnson in motion, Friday back, quick pass, and it is complete to Richard Hall. And it looks like enough yardage. It is enough yardage for the 1st down. The pass from Friday to Hall.
Vermillion, once again, the inside linebacker is right on him. Friday does a good job of zipping in there. He catches it for 5 yards and a 1st down.
Richard Hall, the big 6'4", 210 sophomore tight end, so he's got a few more games to play here in Wayne State. 1st and 10 Tartars. Ball is at their own 36. Friday, he's back, but the marker is down. Now we're waiting to see what this one is.
Illegal procedure. Offsides. Okay.
Apparently one of the Tartar players lined up in the neutral zone or across the ball or someplace he wasn't supposed to be.
I always could understand that. How can you line up?
Well, they lose 5 on the penalty, makes it 1st and 15. Yet another penalty against the Tartars. Ball now is at the Wayne State 31. Ball given to Whitfield. On the reverse, he's, oh my goodness. He ran into his own man, was spun around and fell down, but it was a successful reverse for Whitfield. He wasn't hit by a Butler player.
Now, Chris Simpson, the tackle, number 73, and it's not to his doing either. Whitfield, he does a nice job. He's trying to block. The back should have a little bit more mobility, but he does get tripped a little bit, and he gets knocked down. This is wide open. He goes for the downs if he gets by him.
Well, he picked up 5 on the play, 2nd and 5. No telling how many he could have got had he not run into his player. A quick handoff from Friday to Joe Goff.
And here's the situations that you want to be in, Cliff. Once again, this is 3rd and 1, 3rd and a half. This is the type of offensive ball control you want if you're Wayne State.
3rd and 1 is, if you're going to be in 3rd down, that's the position you want to be in.
Yes.
Reese and Vermillion in on that last tackle. Ball just across the 45 of Wayne State. Tartars ball.
Play action. No.
Straight handoff to Goff, and
he didn't make it.
I don't think he made the 1st down. Quarterback Friday is pointing 1st down Tartars, but it does not look like he made it. Kent Greer was right there to meet Goff when he got to the line of scrimmage.
Well, one important decision for a rookie head coach right now. It's on the 45 and a half yard line. Do you go for it 4th and a half?
What do you say, Skip?
Go for it. Go for it. And they better hurry up before the clock runs out.
It looks like that's what they're going to do. Mark Friday's still out there. Richard Hall comes in with a play from Coach Brian Van Gorder. And the Tartars move up to the ball. 4th and 1. Ball at the Tartar 45.
Quick count.
Hand up to Goff, and he just goes straight up the middle. Looks like he has enough for a 1st down.
Marked it over to 46, so it's definitely enough for a first down.
Well, the Chargers face the challenge.
Yeah, you know, what's good about this is that the head coach, rookie head coach, makes a decision, but he stands behind his ball players. Every team always wants to go for a 4th and a half a yard. You're showing that the players you had confidence in that offensive line.
Well, they came through for him, picked up 2 on the play. Ball is at the Charter 47, 1st and 10. Fakes a handoff on the reverse to Whitfield, lets it fly over the middle. Pass is complete to Jeff Henson, a co-captain on this team. And he is brought down by Don DeCrane, but not until after he picks up about 14 yards on the play.
This is a good play right now. They've been running this end-around sweep. Plenty of protection. Fires the ball in as a strike. Nobody around him.
Nice pass by quarterback Mark Friday.
Yes,
First and reverse does go to Whitfield over the right side. He tries to pick his way through and runs into nothing but white jerseys.
Well, you know, it's the old adage when you...
Dino Candela was out in front of Whitfield blocking, but the defenders were able to come past him anyway. Making it 3rd down and 4 now. Ball is at the 31 of Butler.
Interesting set of downs. You have 2 plays now to make 4 yards, folks. This is a good call.
Quick handoff to Goff, but he's hitting the backfield.
Good call. The ball should have been a little inside, not off tackles so much. I like the call, though, Clifford. I really do. Yeah. There is my good call. There's no question about that. The penetration. You certainly don't know what's going to occur at the line of scrimmage. At the point of attack, the blocking assignments did break down, but I like the philosophy of the call. 2 downs to get 4 yards. Very good confidence in your offensive line.
4th and 8 for the Chargers. They lost 3 yards on that play. They're going for it, though.
They've been sprinting right on this, and here he goes. Strode back.
Pass is complete. Short of the first down, though.
Well, you know, this is the receiver's fault here right now.
Jeff Henson caught the pass. Waylon Stewart was there to wrestle him down before he could get to that first down marker, and Butler will take over here.
Jeff Henson's got to realize that he has got to come back. He's got to go past the stakes and come back. He's got to be aware of where he is on the field.
We'll be back with more. We're going to stay here. Butler has 1st and 10. Ball is at their own 29. And pitch to get to Kimball. We've seen that several times today. Kimball is tackled by Mr. Darren King of the Chargers.
We haven't called his name out too much today. He's a good football player, Darren King.
Well, Butler's aware of that. He's been blocked quite a bit this game today.
3-2-0.
Right now, 4 minutes to go, 4:30 left to go in the 3rd quarter. This is starting to really simulate a Butler type of game, a Butler type of offense, running these tailbacks left and right.
Kimball again, the pitch left side, tries to cut inside. Marker is thrown down as Kimball trips up and falls to the turf.
We might have a hold here. I'm going to be a little bold here right now. We got a hold on Jeff DeLuna. Was that the call?
Holding against Butler.
Yes, it is. 65.
Yep. Eagle Eyes Mackel saw that one. So both teams being plagued by penalties in this contest. Wayne State with a few more.
And it really hasn't been a sloppy game.
You know, we want to give a lot of thanks to the people at Avis Ford for all their support of Wayne State Charter football. Those good folks out there at Avis Ford in Southfield. 2nd and 13, Butler. They lead this game 17-6 in the 3rd quarter. Hand off to the big fullback, Richard Johnson. And he picks up maybe a couple.
By number 39, Bernard Evans.
It is a couple he picks up. It'll be 3rd down and 11 for Butler.
And once again now, the tailback, Mr. Kimball, is on the sideline. Pretty evenly matched for a team who likes to throw the football.
Oh, a pass is complete to the tight end.
Complete to number 86, John Hill.
John Hill is able to get enough yardage for the 1st down, and boy, that hurts Wayne State. 3rd and 11, and they can't stop him, Skip.
Now, what occurred there is that they're in a soft zone right now. He comes down, finds the open area, and Jason Stahl has the thing. Let's take a look. They're going back, zone, 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 soft spot, down the middle. Good play, good call, good catch.
Credit to Jason Stahl. He put the ball right where it had to be at the right time. 1st and 10, and the pitch goes back to Kimball. Picks his holes through the left side before finally being tackled.
Yeah, you know, Cliff, what's getting scary now, Kimball, if you can take a look at him, folks, is he's starting to square up his shoulders to the playing field when he's coming around that corner. Now, when you see that, good backs are going to break it, so it's only a matter of time now before this guy's going to go 50 or 60 for a touchdown.
We got 5 on that one. 2nd down and 5 for Butler. 20 rushes, 67 yards.
No touchdowns, very surprising.
Pitch to Kimball. He fumbles it a little, not fumbles it, but bobbles it a little bit. Finally was tackled by Tom Beer.
Tom, I believe, had 21 tackles yesterday. This guy is just a person who comes to work every Saturday. Good hard-nosed football player.
Picked up a yard on that. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for Butler. They've been able to eat up a lot of this clock. 1 minute and 55 seconds left, 3rd quarter. Stahl rolls out right, looks, and he completes the pass to the tight end Travis Dixon, tackled by Todd Hanush. Correction, that wasn't Dixon, that was Brent Berglund.
Berglund coming across right now. We're going to get misdirection to fade good. He's got some police work right there for himself. And here comes the tight end coming across the field. In order for that play to work, folks, you have to be very strong up front to hold off the defenders.
So Berglund holds on to the pass. Butler holds on to a 1st down, 1st and 10. Ball is at the Tartar 40. Stahl read the blitz and tried to get the pass out there very quickly to Eric Voss, but it's incomplete.
Good job that time by Kimball picking up the blitz, and he's going for a hitch pattern up on top. Watch it, we'll see it come back. Here comes the blitz. Kimball does a nice job of executing that. That's what you like to see. The ball's tipped. That's why it's not completed.
Good
didn't
tip.
see that.
Ryan Dunleavy was able to get a hand on the ball.
Almost still a good effort there.
Or make that Darren King.
Darren King.
Darren King gets a hand on it.
Big number 90.
Handoff goes to the fullback who's back into the game now. Richard Johnson.
There's that counter trade once again. It gets a little thick.
He gains 3 yards before Tom Ledbetter makes a tackle. And the official calls timeout on the field.
The legs got all tangled up in there.
Well, we'll be back with more Wayne State football. Breath. And Butler still has the ball. 3rd and 8 Bulldogs in Wayne State territory at the Tartar 39. John Hill in motion. Jason Stahl gets the ball, fakes the handoff back, lets it fly. Pass is complete to Eric Voss. And he had Todd Hanush all over him, Skip.
Yes, he did, and Todd just he doesn't react to the ball well. It's man-on-man coverage. It's just a hook pattern coming in, and you'll see it on the bottom of your screen right here. He's going to 12 all the way. Look at Jason. He's looking right at him. You can see the flight of the path right there. He didn't get any help from underneath, though. Linebacker should have had a little better drop, get his hands up, try to...
Well, little by little, bit by bit, Butler is taking time off the clock and yardage on the field as Jason Stahl pitches to Kimball. and he picks up about 4 or 5 yards. Joe Golashevsky on the tackle. Pickup was for 4 yards.
It's going to be a long ride home for Kimball today. He's been hit often.
I think that pain will be a lot nicer and easier to deal with a win, and you got it.
You're right.
24 seconds left in the third quarter. The score is Butler 17, Wayne State 6. This is Wayne State's homecoming, but the crowd not having a lot to cheer about yet. Pitch once again to Kimball. We're seeing that play a lot.
We're seeing 2 or 3 yards turn into 4 or 5 right now. So it's going to be close to moving the chains again. It's going to be 3rd and short. And Cliff, as we talked during halftime, it looks as though the defense is a little beat up here, a little bit on the field too much.
That's it. The offense hasn't been able to sustain a lot of